can you say that you were just there to confirm if whether the people that were in the operation were Saps members and not members who were acting like Saps or acting like hawks? Especially when you arrived there, you intimidated the investigating officers, not just intimidated them, but you ensured that you disrupt the whole situation to a point that there was hostility, that the police had to take a step back because they were afraid of what might have happened if they continued with their operation in full force. In this video, I wanted us to expose the lies that were told by Captain Kruger as well as Brigadier McQueen. So as you guys remember from Witness A's testimony, he did say, because this operation was his operation, so he says that one of the worst things or the craziest things that they realized on that day was the presence of the hawks. And the presence of the hawks was not just the presence, them inquiring to find out if these people are actually police members or not people that are actually imitating hawks. These are the people that actually have the right to be there. They even furnished them with all the court documents that they already obtained, which allowed them to be in the house of Katisos Molefe. They even gave them those documents, but still these people doubted that they even demanded to come inside. This is what Witness A said about the presence of the hawks in that house.
They told us that they're being sent by their general national head, and then they didn't really say the name, but there will be only one national head of the hawks at that time. Even if you are told that, you wouldn't then ask for the name. You would know who that person is.
When you were engaging with these people, Witness A, someone must have been speaking on their behalf from the DPCI. Did you get a name, their title?
I think, if I remember correctly, the name would have been, I think so, Commissioner, but I don't know if the captain or it's a colonel, I cannot remember correctly, because it was a fast-paced operation. I will have to be here or have to move to the house and come back here and see what was happening. I cannot remember their names properly from the top of my head. That is correct. What I was not too certain about was the title, but I just have forgotten.
Yes. And where you've said to the chairperson, the general, there was only one general. Was it General Libya? And I'm saying that because he's the only general I know.
That is correct. It was General Libya who was the national head of DPCI at that time.
The presence of the hawks was not just causing hostility. They even intimidated them to the point that they even threatened that they're going to arrest them. Is that not intimidation and interference? Let me play that clip to remind you of what Witness A said.
Spoke to me in Benin to say, arrest that person for interfering, meaning Captain Kruger. Why don't you arrest him for interfering? Because you guys have explained yourself to him, but still he's pestering. He's still asking questions. He wants to know more, but you told him that you're doing a formal or a non-police operation. You should just be arresting him. And then the person was saying that is one of the person that he came with.
This situation emanates from the arrest of Katisos Molefe. That shows how influential Katisos Molefe. Let us take a step back before madlanga. This is what the Hawks head, which was Libya, the former Hawks head, said when he was asked by Clement Manyatela as to his presence at Katisos Molefe's house and how did the Hawks end up in that house. This is what he responded, or how he responded to Clement Manyatela.
I received a call from a person who is a source. It is a source that I will not mention his name. At some stage, if it becomes necessary, he might have to be called to come and testify before the commission if that takes off. But that is, you know that we don't reveal sources, other call them whistleblowers and the like. So I received the information, the call from this individual who is not the one that was to be arrested. That was 15 hours, 43 minutes. The first 15:43, I missed a call. Then later, 15:43, I answered the call and he communicated for 2 minutes. From there, after that 2 minutes, then 15:49, I called the divisional commissioner of the National Priority Crime Operations for 1 minute, because this individual have indicated that there are people who are at a particular address of his friend, and they say that they have been sent there by the national head of the DPCI, which is myself. I was surprised because I don't send people to go and do the raiding. I will normally assign operators to go and do this work. Then that is when I speak to the divisional commissioner and say that there is this message that I'm getting. Can we attend to it? So at 15:49, I called the divisional commissioner and give him this information. 1 minute. By 15:51, I called this individual. We speak for 16 seconds. I indicated that I have assigned the people. And at 15:51 still, he sent me the address where the incident is taking place, because we didn't know where this place is. So he sent this address where the incident is taking place. Still at 1551, after sending that a minute later, 1552, I forward the address to the divisional commissioner, who is supposed to operationalize this. By 1553, which is a second later, he sent the name of the person who is at the address. And at 1555, then the divisional commissioner is asking me any contact number when we get there, General. So he's asking me so that I clarify so that they know where they are supposed to be going and who to contact when they arrive there. At 1608, this informant that provided this information, he sent the registration of cars, because he said that the cars that are at the scene are high-powered vehicles which are not normal for the Hawks to be utilizing. So
his interview was then followed by the interview of Malcolm X, whom at that time, you remember the word informant that kept on being referred to? Malcolm X then came and said this about his involvement and how he ended up calling Libya and how he ended up assisting the situation, because the brother of Katiso Molefe is the one that called, not really Katiso Molefe. Let me remind you with that clip.
Now, here's a question. So you said the brother of Molefe is the one who called you and said, my brother is about to be arrested and we're concerned, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why did the brother call you? Why didn't he call the police?
I don't know why he didn't call the police. But as a super consultant that I am.
What do you consult in? Are you a lawyer?
No. A consultant with a registered company in consulting. I consult for everything, entertainment, construction, all that.
Okay, so with legalities like this, what gives you the authority to be, for instance, if someone consults me, it's probably going to be about the media interviews. You know, nobody's going to call me, for instance, and say, oh my God, my brother is about to be arrested and these people identify, because I don't have authority on that. I don't consult in that space. So I'm trying to understand, if you are not a lawyer, you are not an investigator, on what authority did the brother of Molefe call you and say, help?
The brother of Molefe called me because he's been my client for a long time in entertainment. Now they know that I'm very close to authorities as in politicians.
Okay.
So now, since you have the background of what these people said before the Madlanga Commission. So today we started with Captain Wanda. Captain Wanda said, yes, there was an interference to a point that they even spoke to Mukwena, who wanted to verify if whether they were there in good cause, bona fide and stuff like that.
That way.
Yeah, that is correct, Commissioner, because we had to stop processing and attend to them. By that itself, that was a disturbance or interference.
And you said Captain Kruger was in civilian clothes.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gus.
He even said that one of the things that he saw, or one of the things that he heard from in that house, which is Lihasa Moloi. He said Lihasa Moloi even told them that actually this person that you want to arrest has relationships with Senzo Mchunu.
But it was said by the eldest son of Mr. Molefe. And then when he was done, before I left him, he asked me a question that, Captain, what is going to happen now? Because the arrested person is the friend of the honorable of the Minister of Police. And then I asked him, who's that? He said, because he's a friend of the minister. I said, who's that minister? He said, the Minister of Police. I said, Honorable Senzo Mchunu. And then he said, yes. And I then explained to him just a standard procedure if a person is arrested, that we're still in the crime scene, crime scene is in the process. After we've done here, the suspect will be taken to a police station where will be processed and formally charged. But the family members will be informed about where the suspect will be taken to, of which will be done by the investigating officer in that particular case, which has witness A. And then I said, after that, other than that, witness A will deal with other matters.
Did you not inquire from him what was the significance of him telling you that the arrested person is a friend to the Minister of Police?
No, I didn't inquire to him, Commissioner.
Why not?
I took it on a lighter note, Commissioner, because I didn't know Mr. Molefe. What he was saying for me, it was just to listen, because friends are friends.
This is not a coincidence that he mentioned that. He mentioned that so that he can allude to them the type of power this person has, the type of influence that this person has, and the relations that he has, and that whatever that they're doing is just a waste of time. I think he was afraid to say it, but that was what he was about to say. But because of how the captain was, he just didn't take that serious. He just said, people know each other. He didn't think that it was that intense, that even the minister is too involved, that he has relations with these people that are that intent. If you guys can go back to the clip that I played of Libya, he received a call or an alarm around 3 o'clock. And these people by 4, they were there. Very alarming. Remember that the role of the Hawks is to deal with high priority crimes. How can you use state resources, even a chopper, to go to a house that it's just an operation? I know that they even alluded to previous situations where the people who impersonate Hawks, hence they had to go there and verify.
A victim to a certain point, alleging to be the members of the Hawks, and then the victim managed to arrive at the meeting point, and then we arrested those guys there. And then one of them was having a fake appointment certificate. Why? Because it was black in color, having his face, and then all over it was Hawks emblem. And then on the second instance, we arrested 2 officers from crime intelligence that were running with criminals. We arrested them in Mamelodi, Nel Mafias area. After coming to the meeting point with the victim, only to pick us up, and then a chase ensued until we managed to arrest them at Nel Mafias in Mamelodi. The male officer was wearing a white Hawks t-shirt, and then the lady was just in a normal civilian dress, and then all of them alleged to be from the Hawks.
But the question is, why so quick? Like from 3 o'clock, by 4, they were there. And they're supposed to just verify and leave. Why did they spend so much time? Let us first start with the testimony of Brigadier McQueen. So Klenki says that he got a call from his, I think he said it's the Divisional Commissioner, Lieutenant General Dumisani Patrick Mboto, who was with Libya, and they called him to tell him that they need to go and check if whether the people that are in a certain house actually belong to the Hawks.
Our operational team has been deployed around Gauteng. And then I said to the Divisional Commissioner, no, Lieutenant General Dumisani Mboto, my team has not been deployed around that site. And he said to me, the national head, Lieutenant General Libya, just received a call to say there are allegations that there's members alleging to be from the Hawks at a certain set address in Sandhurst in Joburg. And then they are also alleging that they are with Lieutenant General Libya on the said premises, and then they wanted to enter the premises and search the premises. And then I contacted 2 of my operational members, of which is Captain Kruger and Constable Digovea.
Sorry.
They then arrived there. Actually, he gave an instruction to Kruger and another who went there to check if whether these people are the Hawks. And according to Kruger, when they arrived at the scene, they started the registration number of the car that they outside. Check whether this is a member. But you know what is so alarming is that these people arrived around 4 at the scene. But by 1644, they were already told to stand down. That there is a confirmation that this is a legitimate operation. It's the operation of Saps commanded by Lieutenant General Dumisani. So when you look at that timeline, how they find themselves in that situation, they stand down at that time. But at 1649, there's a chopper. Around 1632 and 1649, there's already a chopper around the property. So these people didn't care about the instruction of who and who and who. I think they were told that go and stop that operation. Intimidate them, do everything in your power to stop that operation. That was the instruction to be given. Why did they say the IO fish? Yeah, arrested and all of that. And then you're saying that they're just there to verify. And also the commissioners rightly so asked, if you're there to verify, why is it that even after Hafashpad, you guys were found in the property? And Kruger said that no ways, it was not them. They left a long time ago. But that's the thing, the people that were there around Hafashpad were wearing t-shirts. So they belonged to the Hawks. To a point that even the commissioner says that only called 2. How did you guys get to the point of calling choppers and the rest of the team? Even men like this one, whom is not even known, who is he, what is his work, all of that. How did you get there to that position when only 2 people were asked to go and verify? And he didn't have a reason, a solid reason as to that was the case, that to a point that he was even told by the commissioners that what you have done amounts to a criminal offense. And he said that he didn't know that that actually amounts to a criminal offense.
Sorry, Captain, sorry to come back to this point. It looks like it's Chief George who's telling you this on page 9 of the annexures. Chief George says legal Saps operation, counterintelligence task team appointed by General Kumalo, Lieutenant General Kumalo in charge. It's Chief George who's saying this.
That is correct, Commissioner.
And he's a police officer, so you're not talking to some security guard or security company that you don't know.
No, the message had come from Chief George, you're correct, Commissioner.
Yes. So at that point, why do you not say to him, there's no need for you to go there. You have confirmed that this is a legitimate police operation. You've identified the commander of the operation. Why is there still a need to go to the Sandhurst property?
Like I state again, for myself to get the name of the commander in charge and forward that information to my commander again, Commissioner.
The objective is different now. You are now going to simply get the name.
Yes.
Why do you not tell the other teams to back off? I've been told that this is a legitimate police operation. I will now go simply to get the details of the person in charge of the scene.
You are correct, Commissioner, yes. Like I was only 7 or 8 minutes at that time, I think, away from the scene, so I still proceeded anyway to turn around and go all the way back to Pretoria. Let me just stand off and I can get the correct information, because Chief George, if he was in the helicopter, I don't know how would he have got the information of somebody on the ground, and I could give proper feedback to my commander.
All of this goes to show you the amount of influence that Katiso Molefe has in the Hawks through Libya, who is said to also have a relationship with Malcolm X, who has a relationship with the brother of Katiso Molefe.
Also for information to flow very much quicker, that if he updates or we update, that he can be notified very quickly.
And did you inform him beforehand that you would be adding him to the group?
I don't recall that I did.
And at this point, were you communicating with Brigadier McQueen via phone, or was it phone and WhatsApps at that point?
After he sent the initial WhatsApps to me, it would have been maybe on the phone itself, direct phone call.
And how often from the time that he first called you, did he call you between the time that he first called you and you added him to the group? So it's a space of about half an hour.
I would say that more or less would phone me and get an update every 10 minutes, if I could say more or less.
And when he was calling for these updates every 10 minutes, what was he asking you specifically, if you can recall?
How far am I? How far out am I from the address, the given address? Yes, Commissioner.
Okay.
Crazy. And also, Brigadier McQueen was also exposed. His lies were exposed because he said that the group was created by Kruger. And when the group was created, he was just added and he never said anything in the group.
And then he was talking to me, and then I didn't have much reason to participate in that chat group.
That bothers me, because if you were interested in knowing whether there were Hawks people at the address in Sandhurst and you had sent him there, his reason for creating the WhatsApp group would be to attend to your instruction.
I agree that he will attend to my instruction, Commissioner, but what I can confirm is that direct communication with him was giving me a first-hand information. That is why I didn't participate on the WhatsApp program.
I tell you what bothers me with the WhatsApps. If you go to Annexure B3 on page 9.
Now, you say that you added members to the chat. Who did you add?
I added Warrant Officer Sabelo Nkosi. I added Constable De Govea. I added Captain Sinjani. I added Brigadier McQueen. And later I added Chief George from the Gauteng Traffic Air Wing.
But from what was exposed today, he was writing in the group to a point that he's even the one who forwarded the message that this operation must stand down because those are the cops, the operation has been verified and those people belong to the Saps.
Those messages, when after I added Brigadier McQueen, was Brigadier McQueen himself, the same message he sent me, he sent to the group, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Is that both the message in blue, the one that's not downloading, and the one that says also black X5?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. So if we can go back to the following page where you had added Chief George and you sent the address. There's between 1636 and then 1642 he sends a message, chopper airborne. That's to confirm that he's now deployed the helicopter.
That's correct, Commissioner, yes.
And it's so alarming that this man actually said that he never wrote any messages to the group, but subsequent to that, after extreme probe from the commissioners, because I think one of the things that we forget is that these people are judges, these people are attorneys, these people have the prerequisite experience to get the truth out of you. They can see the lies when you tell the lies. The senior counsels are advocates, are attorneys, are legal practitioners. I think that's one of the things that are happening here, that these people forgot the type of influence, that the type of knowledge and the type of probe that these commissioners have, to a point that they're able to snap out the truth out of you. And that's what they've done very successfully so when it comes to these witnesses, especially Brigadier Klenki as well as Captain Kruger. They were very, very much pushing their own narrative. I think in conclusion from my own remarks is that they're pushing their own narrative. They were there to stop the operation, not to verify.
I think towards the end of your statement that you say they were not friendly and we were not friendly. Did I not see it somewhere?
Commissioner, I think it was just on approaching the team and what I spoke about earlier, maybe we were thinking these people who are there and they thinking who are we. It's just a bit of misunderstanding from the onset.
And they were there to a point that they wanted these people to stop everything, to a point that even intimidation was going to be applied to ensure that they stop whatever they're doing to Katiso Molefe, despite the court order that they have, which allows them to do whatever that they were doing in that house. And them even speaking about Senzo Mchunu was not a coincidence. It was definitely intentional to also cast doubt and to cast that seed of fear. And I think to a certain degree they did that because as witness A, guys, as you heard from the video that I played, they had to step down. They had to do things with that vigilance because they knew that right now, anytime a war can erupt. So they had to do that. The Hawks decided to choose this man called Katiso Molefe, who's influential than to help the Saps. And also, it was not their place for them to help the Saps. The Saps never came to them and said, we need help. What they were supposed to do, Kruger and partner were supposed to just go there, verify, then go back. And verify didn't mean that they had to go inside. Just them furnishing the documents to them, looking at the documents, verifying that this is a court document, and looking at whatever that verifies that indeed these people are from the Saps. That was enough. They're supposed to go. That was not supposed to spend more than 30 minutes. That was supposed to be a quick thing when then they leave. Choppers and everything was really not necessary. And I believe that all that pressure and a lot of things happening at once, attorneys, hawks, choppers, in all of that was strategic to confuse the IOs, to make the whole situation look very, very serious. And for the IOs and everybody there to understand that these people or this person that we're about to arrest here is very influential, knows people, is connected not only to the Saps but also to the Hawks and is protected by these people. And this guy saying that he didn't know that was Katiso Molefe's property, which is Kruger. It was a lie. Kruger knew everything. They were told everything. Even when he received that call from Mukwena told him everything. Because Libya because Malcolm X sent everything to Libya, which then was sent back to Mukwena, who Mukwena told Kruger. So Kruger, it's not true that he didn't know, because he denied that he knew that was Katiso Molefe's house. They all knew, they were all lying, and I think they just, even from the reactions, you can just see that they're trying to do a quick cover up of the situation. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think that this was a total verification process, or these people were actually interfering with the work of the police, ensuring that not only do they interfere, but they intimidate with the purpose of ensuring that they stop the entire operation? Nonetheless, guys, let me hear your thoughts. I will see you on my next upload. Bye.
Are you now able to respond?
Thanks, Commissioner. If the confirmation will be there, Commissioner, I'm still maintaining that, then I will maintain that I didn't tell the truth to my best ability to the Commission.
I will not repeat the question because you are repeating what you had said, and my question was exactly formulated on the basis of what you mean by confirm or confirmation, which is the word you've just used now. I will not press this. I will not press this any further.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes.
I'm sure there would be, but I've looked and I don't see so far back records.